Hello, pigeon breeders. Welcome to the Pigeon Health Channel. Today, we're going to discover a secret that forever changed the history of European pigeon racing. Imagine the year 1347, the heart of the Middle Ages. While the Black Death was brutally devastating all of Europe, barbarically killing a full third of the entire population, there were mysterious men who managed to keep their pigeons completely free from parasites, diseases, and infections. How was this possible? How did they achieve this miracle when even the doctors of the time didn't know how to save human lives? The answer was hidden in the most secret Benedictine monasteries of southern France. Silent monks who bred carrier pigeons for ultra-confidential missions discovered a plant that the ancient Celtic Druids reverently called the full moon herb, the mystical white Artemisia. But this isn't just another romantic story about medicinal plants. This is about lost ancestral knowledge, about powerful secrets that can literally save your pigeons' lives today, at this exact moment while you're watching me. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to reveal not only the complete recipe, but also the exact lunar timings, the secret proportions, and the preparation methods that were kept for more than 700 years in the handwritten scrolls of European monasteries. To fully understand this secret, we need to go back to the year 1348. Brother Guillaume de Montpellier, chief librarian of the prestigious Abbey of Saint Martin, wrote in his personal diary with ink made from squid blood, "The pigeons of our monastery remain miraculously healthy, while all other pigeons in the region perish miserably. White Artemisia, harvested under the full moon of August following ancestral rituals, is our divine salvation sent from heaven." This same monk, who was considered one of the wisest men of his era, discovered something extraordinary. The Celtic Druids, more than 800 years before him, already used this sacred plant with supernatural powers. They deeply believed that white Artemisia absorbed all the mystical energy of the moon and transferred this divine protective force directly to the birds. But look how fascinating this is. In 1156, the famous Arab physician Ibn Sina, known in the West as Avicenna, wrote in his medical treatises about a silvery lunar herb that cures all ailments of messenger birds. He described exactly the same symptoms and the same miraculous results. This means this knowledge crossed cultures, religions, and borders. Pagan Celts, Christian monks, and Islamic sages all independently reached the same conclusion about the supernatural power of this specific plant. Medieval pigeon breeders obviously knew nothing about artemisinin, thujaune, or sesquiterpenyl lactones. They had no laboratories or microscopes. But they knew, through centuries of careful observation and practical experiments, that this plant made their pigeons fly impossible distances, resist the most devastating diseases like warriors, and reproduce with an impressive success rate reaching 95%. Now, my friends, we come to the most fascinating part of this story. Today, in the 21st century, we know exactly why white Artemisia was so incredibly effective, and prepare to be absolutely amazed. Revolutionary research from the University of Montpellier, published in the prestigious Journal of Ethnopharmacology in 2019, revealed data that seemed almost impossible to believe. This specific variety of Artemisia contains astronomical concentrations, hold your breath, 300% higher artemisinin than any other species known on planet Earth. But how exactly does this miraculous compound work? Artemisinin acts like a true molecular assassin, ruthlessly destroying the cell membrane of parasites through a lethal mechanism called directed oxidative stress. It's literally like an ultra-precise guided missile that identifies, pursues, and attacks only and exclusively parasitic cells, leaving all healthy cells completely intact and protected. Imagine the surgical precision of this natural weapon. It's like having a microscopic army that knows exactly who the enemy is and who needs to be protected. But wait, there's much more. The thujaune present in this specific plant creates a perfectly alkaline intestinal environment that makes the reproduction of coccidia completely impossible, those invisible microscopic parasites that so torment and destroy the lives of our beloved pigeons. And do you know what sesquiterpenyls are? They are absolutely extraordinary volatile compounds that diffuse like vapor throughout the complex respiratory system of birds, systematically eliminating tracheal mites and definitively preventing deadly fungal infections in the delicate air sacs. A revolutionary study conducted by the renowned Faculty of Veterinary Medicine of Barcelona demonstrated results that border on the unbelievable. Pigeons treated with purified white Artemisia extracts showed exactly 89% fewer parasitic infestations compared to the untreated control group. Almost 90% protection. Isn't that absolutely impressive? Now we come to the part I know you were anxiously waiting for: how to properly prepare and use this powerful ancestral remedy that can completely transform your pigeon's health. White Artemisia must be harvested during the full moon of August, preferably in the early hours of dawn, exactly when the morning dew is still abundant on the leaves. Why specifically at this time? Because the dawn dew contains ultra-concentrated volatile essences that evaporate and are completely lost with the first heat of the day. The monks discovered that plants harvested at other times had only 40% of the maximum possible potency. So this timing isn't superstition, it's pure science applied intuitively. Cut only and exclusively the top 15 centimeters of the mature plant. Never ever cut more than 1/3 of the entire plant, so as not to permanently damage the mother plant and ensure it continues producing for many years. Always use a sharp stainless steel knife. Never scissors or instruments that might crush the delicate tissues and prematurely release the precious essential oils. The ritual drying process: dry all harvested leaves in a perfectly ventilated location, completely protected from direct sunlight, for exactly 21 consecutive days. This specific number isn't mystical coincidence. It's exactly the scientific time necessary for the complete chemical transformation of primary bioactive compounds into their most potent and stable forms. During these 21 days, the leaves must be turned daily to ensure uniform drying and prevent any fungal formation or degradation of active principles. The monk's secret formula: for every 100 grams of perfectly dried leaves, use exactly 500 milliliters of distilled or pure spring water. Boil over medium heat for exactly 7 minutes. Not 1 second more, not 1 second less. This precise timing is fundamental. After boiling, let the liquid infuse for another 13 minutes for complete extraction. Strain through clean cotton cloth and let cool completely to room temperature before using for healthy adult pigeons. 5 milliliters of pure extract mixed in fresh drinking water, administered once per week, always on the same day of the week to create a protection ritual. For developing youngsters, 2 milliliters of extract diluted in clean water, twice per week, with a 3-day interval between doses to allow complete absorption and adequate metabolism. For females during breeding period, 3 milliliters of extract 3 times per week, always on odd days of the week following the natural lunar cycle that governs reproduction. For sick or debilitated pigeons, shock dose 7 milliliters daily for 5 consecutive days, then return to normal preventive maintenance protocol. Critical attention: never under any circumstances administer during the natural molting period, as it can drastically interfere with the delicate physiological process and cause problems with new feather growth. You might be wondering, what if I can't find specifically white Artemisia in my region? Stay calm, I've researched effective alternatives for you. Common Artemisia, Artemisia vulgaris, which is much easier to find, has approximately 60% of the effectiveness of the white variety. Still, it's extraordinarily powerful. But here's the secret of secrets: you can drastically potentiate its action by mixing with young walnut leaves in the exact proportion of 3 parts Artemisia to 1 part walnut leaves. This combination increases effectiveness to an impressive 85% of pure white Artemisia's power. Why does it work? Walnut leaves contain juglone, a compound that acts synergistically with artemisinin, creating a multiplier effect that the ancients discovered through pure empirical observation. Let me share real and documented success cases with you. Great modern breeders like the legendary Belgian Jos Verkemmen, whose pigeons systematically dominate the most prestigious international competitions, have already secretly incorporated Artemisia extracts into their rigorous preventive health protocols. In China, where pigeon racing moves an impressive $2 billion annually, more than 70% of elite professional breeders use Artemisia-based formulations. They lovingly call it Qujinhao, Mordios, the sacred herb that purifies body and spirit. German breeder Heinrich Müller, 5-time European champion, personally confessed to me that he has used Artemisia extracts for more than 20 years and never, ever had a single case of severe coccidiosis infestation in his competition stock of 300 pigeons. But total attention, my friends, not all Artemisia is equal or equivalent. Potency varies drastically depending on multiple factors: soil type, climatic conditions during growth, exact harvest time, drying method, and storage conditions. Medieval monks instinctively knew this, minorists. That's why they developed specific and detailed harvesting rituals that guaranteed consistent maximum potency. Plants harvested in poor or contaminated soils can have potency reduced by up to 70%. Artemisia harvested outside the correct lunar period loses 50% of its effectiveness. And poorly dried or inadequately stored plants can become completely useless or even harmful. We are experiencing an extraordinary historical moment where modern science can finally explain and prove ancestral knowledge that was preserved in secret for centuries. Multinational pharmaceutical laboratories literally spend millions of dollars developing synthetic antiparasitics with devastating side effects. Ironic, don't you think? The natural, safe, and effective answer was silently growing in European forests for more than 1,000 years. Major universities are now racing to patent compounds derived from plants that our ancestors already mastered perfectly. It's a race against time not to definitively lose this precious knowledge. My dear pigeon breeder friends, we have just unveiled together a secret that was hidden and protected for entire centuries. White Artemisia is not merely a common medicinal plant, it's a powerful bridge between deep ancestral wisdom and advanced modern science. How many of you have already lost beloved pigeons to devastating parasitic infestations that could have been completely prevented with this ancestral knowledge? How many expensive, toxic, and harmful chemical treatments could have been replaced by this natural, safe, and effective remedy? This is only the first of a complete series of lost secrets that I will generously share with you here on this channel. In the next unmissable video, we will exclusively reveal how Roman gladiators of the imperial era used the powerful milk thistle to cure complex liver problems in high-performance racing pigeons. If this ancestral knowledge completely transformed your vision of natural avian medicine, show your support by leaving a strong like on this video. If you want to discover many more lost secrets from pigeon racing history, immediately subscribe to our channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any exclusive revelation. And here in the comments, tell me in detail, have you already tried Artemisia with your beloved pigeons? What specific results did you obtain? Share your experiences to enrich our knowledge community. Always remember this fundamental truth: the ancestral past holds all the precious keys to the bright future of modern pigeon racing. Until our next revealing secret, a strong embrace to all.